What's going on, y'all? Another week, another gig. We are back. We're finally back off of break. Season 3 is here. Your boy G and ChrisyLite are back in the building, bro. And I'm super excited to get this podcast started because we went on I won't call it a hiatus. It was a planned break. It was a planned break that, it was well needed. We do about 50 ball episodes for every season. So, you're looking for season 2, playlist is already gonna be made for y'all, you know what I'm saying? So y'all gonna be good to go. We coming with that energy this season, and there's no other better way to start things off with a little bit of controversy. But before we get into that, man, Chris, how you feeling, bro? You feeling rested? You feeling, I know you still new dad and everything, so I know it's still a little tricky here and there, but how you feeling off a break, bro?
Well, I'm pretty excited to be back, man. I missed the podcast. I missed
know.
coming on here. I think we saw one movie, but other than that, we've been watching series. But I kind of miss coming back here every week and you know, ranting, just ranting about TV shows. So I'm glad to be back, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Me too. Me too. All right. So if you're here live with us, it's twitch.tv/ChrisyLite. We're going to do something a little different. You know what I'm saying? For one, these episodes are going to be now live for every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. If schedules align, every Tuesday. So stay locked in with us over there. And also, we got a new segment. We got segments now, man. We've been doing this podcasting thing for a little bit, So we just going to keep on building, keep on grinding. But the segment name is a little thing that I'm bringing back from my channel. I used to do this series a little while ago, and it's called Stamp or Nah. And to basically make it plain and simple, because there's some DMV lingo in there, basically, do you agree or disagree with the statement? Plain and simple, bro. This is an easy way for us to, just get things started, a little icebreaker. Also, you guys can get engaged in this in the comments, whether you want to, explain why you disagree with us, or if you want us to leave, or if you want to leave a comment of something that you want us to cover next time. So we could pick some of you guys' questions as well. So, Chris, you ready to get in this thing, man?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right, go ahead. What is the stamp or nah for this week, Brody?
We're going with Secret Invasion. We're gonna go with Secret Invasion, and I'm gonna let you start. Are you gonna stamp this one?
I'm stamping it. I'm stamping it, bro. I'm stamping it. Unpopular take right here. I already know because for me,
come on, G.
I'm a glass half full kind of guy, And as far as my expectations for this show, I just was expecting to see Nick. Like as far as like the expectations and like how potent this show is supposed to be in whatever case, it was only 6 episodes. So it's like, for what we can do, I was like, okay, this is a solid story. Like I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Solid story.
That's facts. That's facts. And I'll get into why a little bit later. But Chris, are you stamping Secret Invasion, or is it a nah for you, bro?
Nah. Nah, I cannot. I don't know why. There was something about this show. Probably after episode 2, I started getting like a big ick on it, and then I was
ick.
bored. I was getting bored, and I think I told you that we weren't even looking forward to it. Like, I think it drops every Wednesday, and we were like, maybe we'll watch it on Thursday. And I know I watched one of the episodes on Friday. Like, and for me, that was already like a telling sign. And as it kept going, it had that nasty Marvel sauce where it just got worse.
The She-Hulk sauce?
Like, maybe. I'm not going to go full She-Hulk sauce, but it was that sauce where I'm watching, I'm not enjoying, and it's getting worse. Like, I'm like, dang. So I'm going to go nah. That's like, nah. Like, nah.
That's crazy work. That's crazy work. Okay. So I'm going to extend the olive branch, right? Because for me, it's a stamp because I just think it's a good show. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like it don't got no faults, right? I already explained the whole it being like 6 episodes thing. I don't like that thing that Marvel is doing because it feels like we're getting like shows being turned into series rather than it being a series from the start. And as far as like looking forward, like these feel more like one shots than a full series of like something that they've been planning to do, you know. Um, but the other thing is like I feel like from episode 1 to the finale is the only episode that really lost me.
Really?
The whole Super Scroll thing. Once they went crazy on the powers, I was like, nah,
But
this.
you know what I'm talking about. That even the last episode, it's like
Mhm.
heavy dose in that Marvel sauce of this is what we do. We make a superpower person that's superpower, and they're gonna beat the bad guy in the last episode. Like there is
Yeah.
something that Marvel is doing, and I don't know if it's like they're just like, we got so many projects here. Here's the formula. Here you go. Make
Hmm.
sure the last episode's like this. Like there is something going
Mm.
on.
So it's like a beam struggle in Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
Man. Like
yeah.
it's super predictable. Well, I feel like uh this honestly could have only ended one way without it being like turning into something way bigger than it was because this
Agree.
this show and this series is about the Skrulls and Nick Fury, right? And what happened behind the scenes as far as like their whole identity and their secret invasion to Earth, right?
Mhm.
Um, so like for me, it was like okay, I like going into it, I already knew like no, there's no way Gravik survives this type thing, but it was more so of like a um like I could definitely tell once like the reveals, like the Nick Fury reveal at the end of the show or like before the fight started, I already knew that was coming. I already knew that was coming because it was like there's no way you're gonna put yourself in harm's way with no protection. You're gonna just step
Yes.
onto this nuclear wasteland, and it's just
Yes.
like it was. But the speeches was good though. I like the
Yeah.
speeches, but it was just that part was like okay, let's get to what we was gonna get to because it's just like at this point we have seen what Skrulls can do and Nick Fury, so it was just like if I had a bet who was actually standing in front of Gravik, it wasn't gonna be the real Nick Fury, you know. Um, so
Like just real quick, because I
yeah.
guess this is where the show bothers me.
Hmm.
Like the secret invasion and the ability of scrolls and the idea of it. I just felt like it should have been more like the scrolls or Nick Fury trying to outsmart each other. And like you said, there's just no scenario where Gravik believes Nick Fury is gonna walk out with the dang harvest
Hmm.
that has all the superpower, all the super Avengers superpowers in it. You've been looking for this thing. This dude fooled you, and he's just gonna walk into it, hand it over to you like it's nothing. Like I'm like, dude, you cannot be dumb. Like you cannot be this
He
dumb.
had all the cards in his hand though. Like he literally had was like that's the overcompetent. That's the over not overcompetence, but overconfidence in his character though, because he's always been like that. From
But
from
it's
the
like the
time that we
thing he
first
was
get
he
introduced
was
to
looking
him.
for the whole series. Like it just seems so ridiculous. Like
Mhm.
I don't even consider it outsmarting. It just sounds like the dude's dumb. Like your dude that you hate, you're trying to kill, is just all of a sudden gonna give you everything you want. Like I'm
All
watching
right,
the
y'all.
kids show. I'm watching the kids show.
All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Look. Don't let Chris fool you. They set it up. His back is against the wall. He done basically released, not even released, but they tried to take him out less than an hour ago. Like all the scrolls, he bodied all them youngins. Right? He's by himself, and this is his plan. So it's either you give me what I want, or I just blow everything up anyway. Like he had all the cards, right? So whether or not, it was predictable for it to go the way that it did, in his mind, is it didn't matter because it was like, I'm going to win regardless. And he just didn't take an account that the Khaleesi was finna show up. You know what I'm saying? Like it just is what it is. Now, like I said, I don't like that part of the movie. I mean of the show. I just felt like it was a little bit lazy, and it didn't necessarily leave me off wanting, like, oh man, I hope there's some way in shape or form graphic comes back. It's just graphics done. Graphic is done. And now we move forward. Now we got the Khaleesi, aka Gaia,
Like,
just out here with no powers.
Were you even hyped when Gaia became Super Gaia?
I was hyped as far as like, oh, and I was right. I was excited I was right that she was the one instead of Nick Fury being there. But it was more so the excitement of like, there's no reason for you to be anything other than Captain Marvel in this scenario. So I don't know
I mean,
why. Yeah, I
in
don't
a
know
way, yeah.
why. Like, you're gonna change your arms to being either Korg or Groot, or I don't know if he was even the Hulk at some points.
Drax.
Drax. Yeah, like there's no point in you changing, and it's like you're only gonna change your arms. Like there's
Yeah.
different vulnerabilities to it. So it's just like, if they completely turned into those characters, I think it would have been way cooler. But obviously, this is their show, so they won't want the FaceTime. But it's just like the whole Super Scroll concept, I wasn't excited about. I was more so like wanting just to see like how they move throughout the year. Not so much like if this series was like, I say like 14 to like 20 episodes, and they spent time like going back in time like they did in the show a little bit here and there, but just of like, this battle happened, battle for New York, this is when the scroll picked up the DNA for this thing, or like they went on this mission and this is why this person acts this way. Like if this was meant to be a show, I feel like we would have seen those things, but I feel like this was like more of a short that they turned into, you know what, this is still part of the Disney Plus initiative. Let's get these 6 episodes out and then see where things land after that. And this was
Okay.
like the first introduction or reintroduction of Nick Fury to this whole thing. We didn't even talk about that yet, because I don't remember how, like, bro, I forgot how much I like Nick Fury, bro. Samuel L. Jackson is like one of my favorite people. Like, just period, bro, because no matter who
This
is
is
playing,
wild.
he is
Keep
going to
going.
be him. He is going to be him. And just his conversations with Rhodey, it was so sassy. It was so sassy, and I was here for every moment of it. From the, I was expecting a little bit more spy stuff to happen, but the ones that we got, I was just like, nah, he doesn't really like that, you know. But I've
Oh
been
my
going,
gosh.
for a little bit. I need to hear some back, not backlash, but like, why you didn't like some of those things.
I mean, it's like some of the stuff you're talking about, like the spy and espionage stuff in the show is not really that good at all. I don't
Cap.
understand why the scrolls,
Mm-hmm.
like, if the scrolls are invading, they lose a lot of the
Paranoia.
paranoia
Mm-hmm.
of like who is a scroll in the entire series. Like, that was a major thing in the very first episode where Maria thought she was going to Nick Fury,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't Nick Fury. So it
Mm-hmm.
was really, really, really cool, really exciting, because you're like, oh my god, we're gonna be watching scenes, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's a scroll. Like, boom, it's a scroll. Oh, we thought we were
Yeah.
talking to this character. That does not happen, and they don't use it to their maximum ability. Second of all, they reveal that Rhodey was the scroll episode 2. Like, why did they do that? I don't know why they did that at all.
You could tell
That
though, bro. You could tell.
Yeah, but
But my
that
thing,
that's part of why I don't like the show either. It's kinda
okay.
kiddie, where you could tell a lot that's happening, but to actually reveal that Rhodey is the scroll early on,
Hmm.
it takes it away even more. Because now, like, you could have been like, "Man, Rhodey is a scroll the whole time because he's acting funny, he's acting funky," or maybe he is trying to protect the president, or maybe the president's the scroll. Like, how far are the scrolls infiltrated? We know who all the scrolls are in the show, like, at every step,
I mean,
and
I wouldn't
I
say
guess that
that.
kinda
I
bothers
wouldn't
me.
say that. I wouldn't say that because they put the idea that Rhodey was a scroll in her head. But we
But they
didn't
revealed it
know
in episode
until
2.
but we didn't know until it actually happened. You know
Which
what I'm
was
saying?
episode 2 though, that's all like,
Was
it's
it though, or
so
was
it's
it
kinda
3?
like they want you to know he's a scroll for the plot's sake, but all it ends up doing is just knowing that, okay, this is like the spot this is like the enemy spy in it, you know, and, "Oh, how's Nick Fury gonna discover it?" Did
Mhm.
they even reveal how Nick Fury discovered Rhodey was the scroll? I don't think they
I think
did.
it was the phone call. I think it was the phone call because it was after the fact of like he put a bug on him. Like he put a bug in the I think he put a bug in the room and that's how he found out that Rhodey was the scroll. Cuz he heard the conversation at some point. I feel like that's how we found out. But I could be wrong. Trying to think of how it happened. But
Second thing
even hold up. Even the fact that we don't know when it happened,
makes it bad.
no, proves that it's good because the whole aspect of it being like, oh, like I don't feel like because I like it might have got revealed like as far as like once we've known since the second episode, but I don't feel like it was like concrete
No, they literally had
immediately.
Brody, and then he wiped, and he was a scroll. So we knew he was a scroll. But what I'm saying is like
And that was episode 2.
that was episode 2, and my
Dang,
issue with the
I don't
show
remember
is
that.
kind of like you have this show theme in which the enemy you don't know who the enemy is,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't use that. They don't. You always see who Gravik is, but episode 1 they used it all the time. They Gravik was sitting there
Yeah.
like a different person.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna need your help on this. I want to make this point though too. I do agree with you. There's something with these episodes that mess it up. 6 episodes was not enough for this story. This needed to either be shorter or much longer. So then you
Mm.
get the excitement of every episode of guessing what's going on or how things are moving behind the scenes and getting that paranoia back into the show. Or it needs to be super short and cut out all the scenes with Samuel L. Jackson and his wife that I'm so confused on
Why
how
they
it
add
pushes
that?
forward
Yeah.
this series. I don't even know how it pushes forward anything because if what we're getting from that storyline is he has to come back down from space so then he can get his wife to go help make broker a peace treating or whatever because she's some diplomat. That
That's
was the most longest
that
random
was not
way.
it. That was not it. That was not the reason
So
why she was in there.
okay, then why was she overall in the story?
She was in the story because it grounded Fury into saying like, oh, he's not just a human. He
Ain't no way, boy.
understands the scroll
Ain't no way,
too
boy.
because he fell in love with
Ain't no
one.
way.
It's okay if
Ain't
you're not
no
here for the
way.
romance, man. Not everybody can have that unspoken riz, pulled up
Oh
to the bar,
man.
knock knock, who are you? We playing the game now. Like I like the moments like of as far as like the flashback and things like that. But as far as his wife is concerned, um, for me, her importance was being able to talk to Fury like nobody else can talk to Fury. When she talked, he listened type beat. You know what I'm saying? And
Bro, this is wild. This is
how is
going
it wild?
viral.
How is it
This is
wild?
going viral.
I'm spitting facts though. I'm spitting facts. You heard only. Oh my gosh, bro! Like the amount of times that I just was waiting for. I know this is Marvel, so this would never happen, bro. So like the amount of times that when Nick Fury and Rhodey was having a conversation. All right, kids, cover your ears now. Cover your ears. They're like, Nigga, please. Like, come on, bro. Like, what we talking about? Like, I've been waiting for him to drop that N word, but it's never gonna happen. It's never
Not
gonna
in
happen.
Disney.
Not in Disney. It's never gonna happen. But it's Samuel L. Jackson. You know,
Mm.
it's Samuel L. Jackson. But he still had his sauce in there. But that my whole thing with her was that it showed us a different side of Nick Fury, a vulnerable side, because there's a reason why he ain't come back. You know, and to feel like he failed not only Earth but also the Skrulls, because really, what can Nick Fury do other than like set up some meetings? Is really Carol Danvers that's the one that was supposed to find them a new planet. That just it never worked out. But it was really just to show us like how the blip affected him, and then also just like a different side of Nick Fury that we're not used to seeing. You know, so it rounded him out as a character.
Okay,
Now,
and you liked it.
I like that aspect of it. I didn't like how it ended with him going back to space with her. I didn't like that part. I was like, what are you like? Because I mean, granted, it might work for this Marvel movie that's coming out. The fact that they back up there, and that might be the only safe place for them. But for it to end in chaos, and then he get to walk off and happily ever after, I didn't like that part.
Like even think about that. The man comes down to stop the secret invasion, essentially. Mm. Just to get up and leave in this spaceship when the president of the United States is going full out on crazy on Skrulls, and elected officials around the world are getting assassinated. Normal people are getting assassinated, and this man dips. Wow.
That's a crazy setup for the new movies, though.
I like Nick Fury then leaves. Like I didn't like that. It bothers me because it's kind of like Nick Fury is supposed to be this master planner and putting this stuff behind the scenes and being one step ahead of all his enemies. And then we get this series, and it doesn't feel like he's one step ahead at all. It feels like it's like, boom, y'all, I'm back. I'm just letting you know Nick Fury ain't that old, but I'm kind of out the game and all. I blipped, and now I'm a little upset. But
he's one man though.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to call him the Avengers. Why? Because this is my one. This is my one off. Like,
but he's always.
You could have called the Avengers. You could have called Avengers for Gravik. It's not that serious.
But it was never about Gravik though. It was about the whole Skrulls situation. Yeah. So like, what is he going to call the Avengers in there for? At least the ones that's even still alive, for them to just
think about what was about to happen. He did not want to call the Avengers. You see what I'm saying? He chose to trust Gaius and his plan to defeat Gravik. This is ridiculous.
It worked, though. It worked.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't like it because it just does not seem like
Nick Fury
would do this. It's just like when he got blipped, he had a plan in his back pocket. I'm gonna call Captain Marvel. Like, everyone was like, "Yo, what's this?" Oh,
but Captain Marvel didn't. Captain Marvel came back, but she didn't fix everything.
But it shows that Nick Fury was always always had a contingency. Like, it matches up with his character.
Yeah, but
even creating the Avengers was a contingency. Like, one day we're gonna need the super group of humans to fight something. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like in this series, it bothers me that the Nick Fury it seems like they're just doing a show about him, not actually diving into the character and saying, okay, what would Nick Fury do in this scenario? And then second of all, we have the Skrulls, which they clearly did not want to utilize to their maximum. Like, and I'm not even going to get on Gravik multiple times being able to kill Nick Fury. Like, multiple times. Or capture this dude. Nick Fury's back. Capture this guy. He's gone back to his house multiple times. You've been linked up with his wife. Gravik was the one talking to his wife.
Oh, that's who he was talking to, and that's who I was thinking of, not Rhodey earlier.
Couldn't they just capture him and take his memories and find the dumb harvest?
They can't capture him, though, bro.
See, exactly. That's the problem. Like, that's why it bothers me. It's kind of like they should have wrote a different script with these scrolls
Hmm.
completely because the story we got, I'm like,
But
why
the
are you
whole
doing
point,
this?
but Chris, the whole point
I need to
was
cool off,
never
bro. I need to
about.
cool off.
Nah, you good. You good. You going crazy. I like it. I like it. But the whole point of the Super Scrolls thing was that it was that was Gravik's contingency plan. Or no,
He
that
he wanted something to defend him against like the Avengers. Like, how
you're
is
right.
he gonna deal with the Avengers once they take over the world? He becomes a
Right.
Super type thing.
Right. That was plan A. Plan B was to nuke, was start World War III. Right?
Yeah, yeah. That was to kill off the humans, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But in his hand, in from his perspective, he holds all the cards because he's going to get exactly what he wants, regardless of what's going to happen. Right now, say what you want about the whole Super Scroll fight. You got it. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That was dumb. But Nick Fury's whole point of not wanting to use the Avengers is because, for one, it's in the name. They're the Avengers, so something got to happen before they come back, right?
Yeah, that's a
But
good point. I like that.
I won't stick too much
That
on
is
that,
true.
right?
Uh,
Let me give him my Duffy real quick. You know what I'm saying? But the other point was that this is a mess that he started that at this point he could still fix. So if they can't catch him, like this man traveled from where was he at? Where was he at? Where did everything get blown up at? Um, where Maria got bodied. Where was that at?
I can't remember.
Russia, right? It was Russia though.
Russia? Is
It
it
was
still in
Russia.
Russia?
I think it was Russia, right? So he got from Russia to wherever their base was, like through security, through everything, right? They can't catch him. Now, the reason why Gravik didn't kill him initially was because he was setting up his chess pieces. First he kills Maria as Nick Fury so that he can have that in his back pocket as well while Rhodey is pressuring the president to start this so that necessarily they won't have to go to war for themselves. Everybody else will do the war for them.
Yeah, the humans will.
Yeah. So that's a win-win scenario. But for Nick Fury, him going after the president and Gaia going after Gravik, for one, you should secure the president, you get rid of Rhodey, right? And then two, for what you call, it's a 50-50 shot. She might win, she might lose, but she's most likely going to regenerate, because she already got that power. So it was like, it really going to delay this as long as we can so that I know that I have this special set of skills that I can get the president on my side, and then we'll go from there. So that, for me, that's the backup plan. That's the call to Carol Danvers, and that's how we're going to set up everything else that's about to happen in the MCU, as far as like the state of the U.S. or in the country, because tensions is high. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, only thing that we've been saying on this podcast is that Marvel has a lack of leadership right now from the characters. There is a Captain America, but he's fresh, right? Captain Marvel. Nobody likes Captain Marvel. You know what I'm saying? She's the leader in the comic books. But as far as MCU goes, Young is not really messing with her for some reason, right? Spider-Man's too young. Thor is aloof. Thor just be doing whatever you want to do. So because there's nobody for Nick Fury to really call on, there's no Tony Stark, there's no Steve Rogers, he got to handle this on his own. What's the name? Hulk is going back and forth from Planet Hulk. Bring it back, Scott R. We didn't even get into that. They just gonna drop that on us and She-Hulk and just act like that didn't even happen. So
yeah,
there's a lot of stuff happening in the background that, because this is only a 6-episode show, they can't really pull too much from that. And I don't think that's a Nick Fury thing. I think that's a Marvel thing. And I'll leave it at that. because the
All
show
right.
by itself in like a void is good to me. But once you start getting outside of it, it's just like things start teetering. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as the decisions that's being made, which is why I only gave it an 8 because it's just good. You know. Now, Chris, what did you give it? Let the people know.
I gave it a 3. I gave it a 3. I think
Crazy.
that's where it sits.
Oh my gosh. He's saying
I
y'all
th-
shouldn't even go watch that junk. That's what he's saying.
I don't think you need it at all. I think they really ruined like the idea of Secret Invasion and what they set up the scrolls originally. I think
Yeah.
they really ruined it, and now this opportunity is gone. Like I
Hmm.
hope that means in New World Order we get something really epic that's still really scroll heavy, and
Yeah.
kind of what I'm thinking about, like envisioning that there's
Hmm.
still scrolls and political powers or positions,
Yeah.
and maybe we do get a scroll here or there that's an Avenger, but I think they just completely put it on the map. Secret Invasion got to the point where they were in production and said, "Hey, we don't have the capability of writing a incredible story
In
for
six
this
episodes.
in 6 episodes." Yeah, let's say they said, "Hey, your budget 6 episodes," and they just realized they couldn't do it.
If they treated this joint like uh if they treated this joint like Agents of Shield, where it was like
Bro,
inhuman
I
based,
agree.
like this show would have been insane. But
I
because you
think
put
that's
Nick
it.
Fury as the face of it, we ain't seen Nick Fury since I don't know when. In game, I guess. Right? Um
It like this Secret Invasion could have been like a 1, 2, 3 season type thing.
yeah.
And honestly, it could have been an Avenger level movie.
Especially with the cast they had too.
Yeah.
Like the
So
cast is
it
really good.
and I only thought about that afterwards because, like I said, I was pretty
Hmm.
bored when I was watching it,
Yeah.
and I think I told you I kind of wish it had more of the tone of Andor, because to
Mm.
me Andor had these slow episodes, but they always built up to a real good episode where everything kind of fell into place. You
Yeah.
saw the how their planning and crafting and them kind of like doing all their spy tactics to do a heist or do something worked out in the end, or how
Hmm.
someone else from another planet somehow helped them. And
Right.
I just felt like this was Marvel's opportunity to get a crack at it. And you had Nick Fury, the person who was literally the most mysterious dude in the MCU, popping out of left and right,
Yeah.
keeping the team together.
And we didn't even know if that was him to this day.
Yeah, and I wanted the opportunity to enjoy this and like go back to other shows or movies and be like, bro,
That's where he was at.
that's a
Yeah.
scroll, or like that's
Yeah.
where. And I just
Yeah.
really feel like they just decided no, and they're not getting this opportunity back. Like they
Mm-mm.
read the material and said, throw it
Yeah.
away, trash. And you know what? That's what I'm giving them, 3, a trash.
So it's based on what it could have been and not what it
No,
is.
it's definitely what it is because I told you I was bored. I was watching
I
it
was
like,
not
bro.
bored, bro. I was not bored, but I respect it though. I respect it.
Yeah. So
Um,
I definitely do wish either super short movie like 2 hour
yeah.
15, 2 hour 30,
Hmm.
or make it longer.
Yeah.
Either way, what we got, it's a
It's
3.
a byproduct of the streaming era, bro. And that's what it's gonna get chalked up down to because before this, like the reason why we liked a lot of the, Netflix version of the Marvel shows was because some Netflix seasons was deep. It was deep and it had gave them time to really build out these characters. Whereas in this one, it was a lot of heavy hitters, and depending on like, you know, I guess your taste and like what you enjoy from and what you look for from movies, um, and shows, it could like end up being like a little boring. Like I'm not gonna sit here and act like at 11:59 or no, it'll be like 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm ready to start watching Secret Invasions. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's not how it was. But for me, like I was just enjoying watching the show, and I didn't really have no expectations as far as like it being a movie level thing just because I knew how many episodes it was, and then two, like this is Secret Invasion. This is not Secret Wars. You know, so
Yeah.
there's still levels to it. But for me, it was more so like I was just looking for a coming out party for Nick Fury again, because like even Samuel Jackson was like, why hasn't Nick Fury been to Wakanda? Stuff like that, you know. And we all know why, but it's just like funny to hear those types of things because you know, like you said, like he's the one who's supposed to be watching everything from up top.
Yeah.
So I would just like expect to see a little bit more things from here. But for me, I'm putting the blame on Carol Danvers, bruh. She can fly to endless places and just
Yeah.
find them
I,
something.
there are so many loopholes with that planet. They still haven't found a planet for the Skull. I mean, there's just
Yeah.
so much confusion that I'm gonna just wait to see what Marvel's answer is because
Mm-hmm.
it just seems out of place. Like there has to be a reason why they did not find a planet.
Yeah.
Because everyone
We
keeps
need.
bringing
We
up
need.
Thanos' planet.
Right.
I, it and I don't know. Maybe you can answer this. Was
Mm.
Rhodey a scroll at that point? Because I thought Rhodey did join the Avengers when they went to go defeat Thanos on the planet in the beginning of Endgame. So if Rhodey was a
So
scroll at that point, the
yeah,
scroll would have known there was a habitable planet.
I don't know, but if I had to
Yeah,
guess,
I don't know. I think War Machine was there.
yeah, but if I had to guess, it's only up until now Rhodey has acted out of character.
Yeah, he seemed way different.
So yeah, so he was like a completely different person. Maybe I would say like in between the time of when he lost the ability to use his legs, they snuck him, and
But that
then
was Civil War.
right, maybe in between those times, that's when it happened. But when he got out, because when he got out, he couldn't really walk. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he just started using the cybernetic legs. Like,
Right. So I think it will probably be within those times.
but if he
Um,
got swapped out before then Rhodey would be on that planet. Like that's the confusion part. I don't remember if Rhodey was
wait, what do you
but I
mean?
feel like so if Rhodey got swapped out as a scroll, which was the big reveal at the end of the series, or
Yeah,
pretty much that Rhodey is a scroll.
yeah,
Uh, if he got swapped out earlier after Civil War, that means all throughout Infinity War, Rhodey was a scroll, and
yeah.
then leading into Endgame when they go and defeat Thanos, uh, after he snaps his finger,
Hmm.
Thanos retires at like a habitable planet. You know what I mean? That had life.
Oh,
So if he
yeah.
was a scroll, he would have known that there is a habitable planet located somewhere, and then he would have came back to
Oh,
Earth.
but
You
was
see what
he
I'm saying?
there? Was he there when they
That
went?
was what I asked. That's that was like my
I
first
don't
question.
remember. Yeah, I don't remember him being there whenever I
Okay,
asked that.
I
Yeah,
thought he
because
was
I think
though.
he was. Because at that point, I think he was just doing on the politics side of things. Like he was. He was. Like when they went to the thing to get Thanos. No, wait.
That's what I'm saying. I think he could be
Did
there.
so? Wait. Hold up. Hold.
So all
So
I'm saying is it scroll Rhodey or not? Because if it is, then the scrolls have a planet to live on. And I just didn't
yeah,
deep dive and go back and watch Endgame to confirm or not.
yeah.
So I
Me
was asking
neither.
you.
Me neither. And I don't remember. I don't remember if he got blipped or not. Did Rhodey get blipped?
I don't think he does.
Right.
I don't think Rhodey gets
So
blipped.
if Rhodey doesn't get blipped,
It's a good question.
if Rhodey doesn't get blipped, they already have Iron Man there, so there's no reason for Rhodey to go to that planet because at that point he was like the mediary for the Avengers, whether he was on their side or not. Um, but I don't know, bro. It gets tricky.
Hmm.
It gets tricky at that point because for me, it's not so much like it happened at this point. I just think that he got snuck because of
Not
his legs.
okay.
You know, so whether it was before or after in game, I don't know. But I think that's the only reason why he got snuck for real. Um, because he's like, before all this, he wasn't chatting like he was chatting in this jump. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The way he was saying brother was crazy though. And that's what I
It
remember.
was. Yeah,
I was
Brody did
like,
not get blipped.
yeah.
He did not. So it makes me I need to rewatch
So like
Endgame.
even in the Captain America movie, right? In the Captain
Yup.
America movie, I mean not the Captain America movie, but the show Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon Winter Soldier, yup.
He was
It
more like himself even then.
Yeah, so it's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait for Marvel to confirm when he was taken.
Hmm. That's a good
But if
question. Let us
but
know in the comments when y'all think he was
yeah,
taken. Let us know.
yeah, because that'd be a actually good twist that makes me say like, bump it up to a 5, maybe a 4. You know, maybe not 2 points, maybe a 4.
Oh man, that's crazy. But that was good though. That was
Yeah.
good. I knew that. I mean, I know it's like a week or so out. I haven't really done no deep dives into other people's thoughts on it. I just know the sentiment because when I put out
And
my
let's see what
score,
happens in Marvels.
there's just like you're crazy. I was like, bro, I could let you know why, you know. And the rebuttal was just like all the rebuttals was just like, but I just didn't like that. Like, why did he do it like that? And but Chris has some facts. You know, Chris has some facts. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna put that on Chris. But Chris, what else you been watching since we've been on break, bro? I mean, like, I guess
Oh,
this could be, you know, what you geeked about segment. Just because you know it's been a lot of things that's happened. You
you
know,
know, we got Stamp and or Gnaw back.
yeah.
So, I'm gonna give another nod to The Witcher season 3. I
Oh
don't think you've watched The Witchers yet.
nope, I
Yeah.
ain't watched none of it. I just heard
Uh
about Henry Cavill getting cut.
yeah, I'd love to see your takes on the Witcher series, but for season 3, they really let me down,
Dang.
and we're gonna be having a new character or actor playing the Witcher in season 4.
But
We'll see how that goes,
it's gonna be the same
but
character though. Like he's gonna be playing the same person. They just recasting him, or is it a whole different character?
yeah, same character.
Dang, that's
I
vicious.
believe same character. Hey, let me know down in the comment sections because then I'll be really confused. But yeah, same character. Season 3 was just a huge letdown, and they did the Netflix thing where there's like a part 1, part 2.
Oh, I hate
Trash.
that. I hate
I
that.
hate that. Yeah, I hate it too, and it was not worth it.
Yeah.
Especially because this one I think it was like a 5 episode part 1 and then a
Uh.
3 episode part 2, and it made me just
Mm.
want to slap them so hard for me to wait a month for 3 episodes. So
Ozark started
uh
that.
yeah. So that's a not, and the only other one I'm gonna talk about is, football season's coming around the corner,
Okay.
and they dropped this new series called Quarterback on Netflix. Man,
Good.
I binged that thing so hard. I binged it. I liked
I ain't
it.
finished it. I ain't finished it, but it's good though.
It's
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 good
pretty
though.
good, and I'm really excited to see what they do. I mean, I'm ready for the football season now, so
Yeah.
I
It
really
got your
like
boy
that
in it.
series.
Your old boy.
Oh,
Your old boy.
oh man, oh
Your old
man,
boy in that jump.
and Kirky.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, they had my homeboys, Captain Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
and Marcus Mariota. I really like the series. I hope they get more players to do it for
Hmm.
season 2 because right now a lot of players are declining it. They're worried they're not going to live up to the hype. They're worried it's going to distract them.
Yeah.
And part of the job is these quarterbacks are trying to make that big bag, so they
Hmm.
want to focus on getting that before they branch out. So I just
Okay.
hope more quarterbacks do it, like your boy Dak, because he needs to be in that.
He
I'd
already doing
love,
that. He already doing that.
I'd love if Dak did it, because oh oh
Why? You just
man,
want an inside scoop to why we're
oh,
so great, bro?
okay, I'll take it for now. Yeah, I want to see the greatness unfold through the season. I want to see it. I want to see how high the rocket ship gets. Like, oh, we rolling, we can't be
Yeah.
stopped. We them
Yeah.
boys. I need it one time. I need it one time.
That's the fold, bro.
Yeah.
Michael
Well,
Parsons got hurt too. I think.
that's what I'm saying. That series, they got something going. But
Yeah, that's always good.
how
Okay.
about you? What you been watching for this our mini break?
All right. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. We're watching One Piece. And I'm not like nowhere close, bro. I'm not nowhere close to be to Wano to Gear 5 to none of that, bro. Like I'm not even close. I just got past the war. And that point
That's funny.
has me rethinking my anime list. And I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna tease it right now. I'm gonna drop it as far as my top 5 goes. Right?
We're getting that top
We're
5.
getting the top 5, bro. Because One Piece is really good, bro. It's really good. Once you get past like all the stuff that you can skip, and it's just like I'm literally after this pod, I'm about to go watch it again. You know what I'm saying? And I'm locked in. I'm locked in. That's like the thing I've been most like tuned into as far as like episodes I don't watch. Like, and they put the English subtitles on, so like, well, not the English subtitles, but the English dub is now available like for all the episodes. So now I'm really finna be going crazy. I just want to get past this last arc. When Luffy wake up, that's when I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna stick with the sub or the dub, because
Dang.
you know I just want to like have arcs. Like I don't know a better way to describe it. But that joint is going crazy. I'll be texting the group just to get my thoughts off. I don't want them to say nothing back, but just know where I'm at type beat. Like just giving them an update. So I've been watching One Piece. Another thing that I've been watching is Baki. Baki is like it's like my 2K. It's like the anime that I just will always watch, like no matter what. You know, like that used to be for me. It used to be Dragon Ball Z, but it just like it's not even so much like what be happening in Baki that be having me sick, because that joint is crazy, like freaking crazy, bro, and in good ways and bad, you know. But it's just the way that they talk about what's happening, and like just their mindset, and just like how they really think about fighting and being the strongest and like all this other stuff. It just does it for me every time. It does it for me every time, and I just want to see. I'm waiting on a Yuzuru and Baki fight. If it'll ever happen, I don't know. But I was watching that uh, during DreamCon weekend, which is another thing I went over the break, which is it was good. It was good. I learned a lot. I was last time I went for fun. This time we was on business. You know what I'm saying? So now we gonna come back, and I got a lot of stuff that we working on that we're gonna be adding to the pod, like I've already seen. But the last thing, and probably my favorite thing that I done watch that I want to talk about right now, is they clone Tyrone. It's
Oh
on
yeah.
Netflix. It's so good, bruh. It's so good. And it's something that's like I feel like it's gonna end up turning into a cult classic. Something I would just turn on, just like having the background just to watch like at any moment in time. Like the replayability of it for me is there. And I haven't had that since probably like Intergalactic, which I've watched multiple times just because I just love that animation and style and stuff like that. Um, I won't say it's like movie of the year, but it's up there. I like it a lot. And then last day is I just recently saw the Ninja Turtles movie, which was fun. It was fun, and I'll leave it at that. You know, I'll leave it at that. Um, because
It
it's
was
just
fun.
it's nostalgia. It's nostalgia, but it's you know, at the end of the day, it's for the kids. It's for the kids. But it is what it is, bro. But that's all I've been watching. I'm super excited for Colorado to go into the playoffs and go crazy.
I'm
Uh,
excited for that too.
I just been
Not gonna lie.
watching. I've been watching the videos of like all their practices and stuff, and just seeing like the ins and outs of a football team that has me like more invested in football as a sport, which is weird, bruh. Because before, like, I'll just watch the highlights of my team and
Yeah.
that'll be it,
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
Like, because the football games is so long, bruh. But if they keep doing like stuff, content like this, and like Chris said, the quarterback joint, like I would watch those things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I think those things is cool, because it's more so like you get into the mindset of like what it really takes play at that level, to coach at that level, just being in that environment type beat is really cool. And yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got, man. Not sure what the next episode is gonna cover. There's a few
Yeah.
movies that's coming out. There's some that I ain't even watched yet. Like I still ain't watched Barbie. I still ain't watched Oppenheimer. I still ain't watch Meg.
Good stuff.
Meg. That's what I
Meg
want to
2.
see. Yeah, Meg 2. The
What
trench.
was it? The
The
trench.
trench. That joint gonna go stupid, bruh. I
Oh,
really like the
man.
first one. So I'm probably gonna go see that this weekend. But we'll figure out what we're gonna see next. We got Ahsoka coming up at the end of the month. So
Oh,
definitely
come
stay
on.
tuned for that. I
Please,
hope it's good,
Disney.
bro. I hope it's
Oh,
good. They
I
got
need it to be good.
they
I
got
need
youngest
it.
they got youngest chatting in the trailer, bro. So hopefully that joint go crazy, bro. Hopefully it go crazy. But yeah, Chris, you got anything else before we head out of here, bro?
No, no. I'm hoping Ahsoka can save us. Star Wars put out last couple things, and I'm hoping. I don't have much hope for the Marvels coming out soon, uh, but we'll see. I'm
It should be
my
fun, bro. It should
my
be
Marvel
fun.
meter is going down. Like I don't know. Maybe Loki. Maybe that once Loki comes back, I'm gonna be
Yeah,
hyped. So
yeah. Loki would be smooth. Blue Beetle too. I'm just
oh
playing. I'm
man,
just playing.
oh
I'm just playing.
man,
I'm just playing. But hey,
we
we
don't got
appreciate
enough
y'all.
time.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in once again. Once again, like bro, season 3, bro. We turning up. Thank y'all for tuning in, watching, liking, comments, and subscribing. All that good stuff. We're gonna catch y'all next week, man. Stay geeked. Peace.
There you go.